Hey guys, welcome to the Money Zone. I'm your host, Folasade, the accountability accountant, guys. All right, so disclaimer, guys. I am like running everything literally. Oh, that's not even a camera. Running everything on my own. So, just to give you guys a heads up, I decided to uh change things around and move my radio show from Beltway Radio onto my own YouTube channel. So guys, bear with me until I get used to like producing my own show. So like Instagram, I can see you guys, but I really can't see you guys. So if you post any questions, you may need to come on YouTube, which is Folasade TV, so I can see you guys' questions and post them. And basically, I can really communicate with you guys. If you want to see my screen, head over to my YouTube channel as well, which is Folasade TV. Okay, so guys, we about to rock this thing out. Y'all know I can be a ditz a little bit, so just bear with me while I figure out how to run my own show and rock this thing out with you guys. Okay, so all right, so on today's show, guys, we have a lot of things to talk about. As today's topic is the IRS is in hunting season. The IRS is out there. The IRS is running the streets, knocking on doors. So we're going to talk about what I experienced last week with all of the cases that I'm working with and what the IRS got going on. We're also going to talk about all these hot topics from Keke Palmer to all of this scamming. It's a lot going on. So if you know somebody that wants to basically know what the IRS is up to, or if that's you, or if you know somebody that really wants to know what the hot topics are or want to know my opinion on it, please share today's video. If you want to see my screen, you got to head over to our YouTube channel, which is Folasade TV. Maybe next week I'll have one of my team members come and help me like post my links and stuff because I cannot type because my computer is like really far. So I have to figure the logistics of this stuff out, y'all. So just bear with me. But I'm excited. So what I'm about to do, guys, I'm going to take a quick, hey, Lavelle, how are you? So, guys, I'm going to take a quick little break because you guys can see I'm sweating a little bit. Give you guys some time to grab your pen, grab your paper, grab your libations, whatever you're going to have while you watch today's show, and give you guys some time to also share the video. So give me, how long is this video? 2 minutes, guys, and I'll be right back. Hey loves, it's your girl Folasade, the accountability accountant, and I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to tonight's episode of the Money Zone. If you know, I know, you should have shared that video up with your friends or your family because our goal is to build generational wealth. So do me one favor, share the video and subscribe to our mailing list by clicking the link below. Hey guys, welcome back to the Money Zone. I'm your host, Folasade, the accountability accountant, guys. And I am so excited to be with you guys on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday, guys. So it's been a lot going on, guys. A lot of you know that my sister passed away in May. And to be really honest with you guys, I have not been like living. I don't feel like I've been alive. So today is like the first time I really feel like myself and like back at it. Okay. So I want to give you guys an update about what's going on with the IRS. Many of you know that the IRS was authorized to issue the $87 million. Was it 80? Yeah, 80. They were able to hire 87,000 agents, and they ended up receiving over 10 years, $80 billion, right? So many of you may not know this, but I am an IRS enrolled agent, and I represent clients against the IRS if they owe tax debt. I represent the clients in tax audits and everything. Okay. So remember, last week, Thursday, was officially my first day back, right? So, with that being said, last week, Thursday and Friday, I really got a whiff of what the IRS got going on. So if any of you guys can recall, over the past 2 years, especially if you've been following me for a while, I've been really fussing with you guys to get your stuff in order, stop cheating on your taxes, pay your taxes, take the deductions that you're supposed to take. You understand? But don't cheat on your taxes. And I told you guys that within about 2 years, the IRS is going to increase their collection activities, right? Guess what? The IRS has definitely increased their collections efforts. I'm talking about clients that, how would I say, have done nothing wrong in their taxes. They're getting notices from the IRS. They're getting notices saying that they've taken away different tax credits. The IRS is issuing levies on bank accounts inappropriately in several incidents. The IRS is knocking on people's doors. They actually popped up at my office, and where is my documents to show you guys proof? And because I represent clients against the IRS, guys, instead of them going to that particular client's office, they came to my office. Okay. So they ended up coming to my office and sliding under the door a notice to levy. Now, this client paid taxes on time, did everything right. I'm the one filing their stuff, y'all, right? So I was totally surprised. So let me tell you guys how the IRS is really being shady. So y'all know July 4th was a holiday, right? July 4th was a holiday, right? So any company that comes in the office on like Wednesday, you're going through your mail, you're catching up with your emails and all of that stuff, right? So lo and behold, I go to the office to check the mail on Friday, and guess what? And to meet with a client in the office on Friday, guess what happened? I saw the notice. Guess what the notice said? The IRS agent said that I have until 11 o'clock a.m. to contact her before she issue a levy on my client's account. Now, where's the problem? Problem number one, you're supposed to get at least 30 to 45 days before they issue a levy. Okay, that should not be your first notice. Your first notice should not be a notice of intent to levy. Your first notice should say, oh, you owe this amount of money. Okay, but no, that's not the case here. Okay, the agent just went on ahead and issued a notice of intent to levy. Okay, so being an enrolled agent and, experienced in situations like this, so that's what I tell you guys. I've been stressed, okay? Stressed. Friday, I'm in the car calling this agent, and guess what she was like? She was like, so I told her, I said, well, you're acting crazy. Let me speak to your boss, okay? Because once they get crazy, I just go over top of their head. So at that point, she was willing to work with me. But here's the thing, guys. On Friday, I spoke to 4 different agents, right? Remember what I told you guys, that the IRS is the agent that you're working with? Yes, the IRS is the agent that you're working with. So if you don't have a good rapport, and if that person is having an attitude, or if that person seeming kind of shady, your case is in bad shape. Okay. Number one. So if you guys get a tax notice, I personally, because the IRS is acting shady, I don't recommend any of you guys attempt to respond to your IRS notice without representation. I don't. Okay. Number one, because if they're trying to play games with a person that have representation, okay, just imagine what they're going to do to you guys. Okay. The second thing, so if you guys get that notice, you want to get somebody to represent you. So you will call the agent and let them know, hey, I'm about to acquire representation. Can I get all of your details so I can have the representative fax over all of the information to you, the power of attorney? Okay. So now I was able to get the IRS to not put the levy on the account because it was bogus anyway, right? But when I spoke to another agent that day, the agent said, and I don't know if you recall this, and this is why I'm gonna get it together, guys. I'm gonna try to have my team put a lot of my old videos into my StreamYard so I can show you guys. But if you guys remember when I told you guys the IRS increased the tax limit. So if you owe $10,000 or more, that's when they will issue you a levy, not $5,000 like they used to. Guess what, y'all? Guess what? Guess what? The lady told me that, oh, Folasade, it really depends on that agent. If that agent want to issue you, your client, a levy for $2,500, they can. If that agent want to issue a levy for any amount that's owed, they can. So why am I telling you guys this? And why do I feel like the IRS is in hunting season? Remember when I told you that our primary source of income for the US is what? Taxes, right? So if our primary source of income is taxes, and they say that we owe them trillions of dollars, right? I'm not being funny, but they say we owe them trillions of dollars, right? So what do that mean? They on hunting season. They're trying to collect the money so they can recover the economy and put it back into the federal government or do whatever that they decide to do with the money, right? But they're coming after you guys now. So when Biden initially implemented this, he lied and said that, oh, it's not going to impact anybody that makes under $400,000. That is a lie. They already proved that. And in one of my previous videos, I showed you guys that. So now on top of them lying, and they're going after low income and middle class individuals, right? They've also beefed up their collection efforts like on 1,000. And the reason why I say on 1,000 is because they're sending notices in cases where it's not even warranted. In another client situation, they said my client had 31 tax returns outstanding. I'm going to repeat that. When I was on the call with the IRS for another client, the IRS said that client had 31 outstanding tax returns. Guess what, guys? That was impossible. The client was not the business structure that they had on file. The client did not have any payroll. And the client wasn't responsible to file some of the returns. So in my client's master file with the IRS, they had them being a corporation and they wasn't, and saying that they had to file 1120s. Okay. They also said that they had payroll and had employees, and they didn't either. So the IRS is sending out notices, guys, in bogus situations. And the reason why they're doing this, and also it's actually beneficial for them to do this, is because you are the one that has to back it up. You have to now show proof that those returns were filed, or that you are not responsible to file those returns. Okay. So if I were you guys, I would just make sure that all of your stuff has been filed and you guys are no longer doing no shady stuff. I told you guys 2019 was the last year to do any shady stuff on your taxes. Y'all refuse to listen. So guess what? We are now here. So the IRS is in, let me see if I can do this real quick. Don't even laugh, y'all. I'm about to try to do one of my little sound effects. The IRS is in hunting season. Let's see how this sounds. FBI, open up! Oh, that was the FEL one. Okay. So guys, what I'm about to do. Oh man, I gotta get used to this, guys. So just bear with me while I learn how to run this bad boy on my own. But yeah, so let me go ahead on and share my screen really quick. And guys, if you are watching me on any social media platforms and you want to see my screen, head over to my YouTube channel, which is Folasade TV. Let me see if I have a banner for that. Let me see. Do I have a banner? Let me see if I have an overlay. That's not the right one. Nope, that's not the right one. Okay, so you guys go to Folasade TV or YouTube so you can watch my screen, guys. What I'm about to do, I'm about to take a quick little break, grab a sip of water, because y'all know, I think all of this clicking stuff, yeah, the did to me, it's just, it's challenging. So guys, I'm going to take a quick little break and I'll be right back.
I didn't realize how much help that I needed when I started my business. Like, I knew I couldn't do it by myself, but I didn't know to the extent of how much help I would need. You know, so this is why your accounting is so important, because it's the difference between you being a one-man band for the rest of your life and you being able to hire your next right-hand man. And see, so for example, like me, I'm a service provider. So if I hire another individual in my office, the next thing would be someone that has a CPA or an enrolled agent, someone with the credentials of my caliber, right? So I can now officially somewhat delegate everything to them, right? And so it costs to hire an accountant. It costs. I'm gonna have to pay them no less than maybe 70 G's. So while all of you entrepreneurs thinking that it's so easy to really grow your business, now I already have 100 grand in payroll already. So when I add on another 70, so that's now taking my total payroll to $250,000. And so while you small businesses think that it's a game to level up and grow your businesses, when it's time for you to sacrifice that 70,000 to pay somebody, you're not willing to do so. So you stay where you are. If you don't like yourself, if you don't think you're cute enough, or if you don't have enough money, what could we do to change this? Nobody right now, where we are in this day and time, should be hating on nobody or should be judged. All of us have the same 24 hours. All of us have the same opportunities. Now, the moment that Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube start charging us to use their platform is the moment that we all can't say we have the same opportunity. But right now, we all have the same opportunity. So what is stopping you from doing what you need to do in hustle? What's stopping y'all? First of all, stop watching everybody. So when you are not where you are, where you want to be in life, guys, it's a difference between watching people to get motivation and watching people and start to develop hate. Because you guys can watch so much to the point where you forget that for you to get to their level, you have to do work. So you begin to hate. So what is it? What do we need to do? And I think the first thing we all need to do is accept accountability. Accept accountability for where you are right now. If you're not happy, write down why. If you're not financially stable, write down why. So like me, I had to do an evaluation of myself. I said, okay, I'm pretty consistent, I'm pretty disciplined, but not as bad as consistent and disciplined as I could be. So guess what I wrote down? Be more consistent. Be more disciplined.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Money Zone. I'm your host, Folasade, the Accountability Accountant, guys. And I am officially back, guys. Okay, so in segment 1, I was just kind of giving you guys my experience last week. And you guys know, if you want to know the truth, you can call my office. They will tell you we had stress last week to the point where I even wanted to go and get a my little margarita mix that I like. I like the little already mixed margarita mix. The stress that I endured Thursday and Friday last week pushed your girl to go get a margarita. So that's how stressful last week was. So if you want to know what the IRS is up to, what you need to do to make sure that you're in good shape, you want to make sure you check out the replay on our YouTube channel, which is Folasade TV. So guys, before I go into any other amazing hot topics or any fun things like that, I do want to, because I have to prepare you guys for taxes and things like that. So I do want to go over the travel and the auto expense deduction, because every year, due to inflation, the IRS actually adjusts the basic tax credits, the basic inflation-related tax credits, such as the child tax credit, earned income tax credit, the mileage rate, and some other various rates that are adjustable according to inflation. So right now, the IRS released their 2023 tax rate for your vehicle. So if you are a business owner, right, and you use your vehicle in your business, the first thing you need to do to be able to take advantage of your auto expense deduction. And guys, I know you've probably heard some flojo, some scammer accountant. Do not compare what I say out my mouth to them, okay? Because me and them are not the same, all right? So the first thing that you guys need to do, if you do not use that vehicle 100% for your business, I'm not saying, oh, you drive it for personal use one time. You let your mother use it 2 times. No, your business utilize that vehicle 100%. Then guess what? You don't have to necessarily track all of your miles, the personal miles, because it shouldn't be no personal miles, right? It just should be your business miles. So you track your business miles. But if you don't use your vehicle 100% for your business, then you guys need to track all of your miles. You need to track your business miles. You need to track your personal miles. Okay. And you also need to track your commuter miles to and from places. Okay. Once you guys calculate and total and track your miles for the year, then you've done me a favor. Okay, you've given me the opportunity to see which deduction works for you. Should we take the standard mileage rate, or should we take your actual auto expenses? Okay, so guys, what I'm about to do, I'm about to share my screen really quick, and I'm gonna give you guys a snippet into our resource center. So this is our resource center that our clients have access to. Um, Once you guys become a client of ours, we send you guys the link and the password. Well, actually, the password to log in. So these are all like the deduction list that we have for you guys. So I'm going to go to my auto deduction one. Okay, you guys should probably be able to see my screen. Yes, and it's okay, and I'm big enough. Had to come and check, guys. All right, so if you guys want to see my screen, head over to my YouTube channel, which is Folasade TV. Okay, head over there. So right now we're going to walk you through your auto expense deduction. So remember I said, if you're tracking your miles, you're helping me, all right? You're helping me because at that point I'm able to really choose the best option that works for you. They give you the highest deduction. Some people, the standard mileage rate, where they just track their miles, give them the highest tax deduction. And then you have some individuals that have higher actual expenses that may be higher. So here's just a few of the actual expenses that you are able to deduct on your vehicle, whether it's 100% for business or partially for business. Either way, you need to track your miles. But remember, if it's not business, you need to track all of your miles, okay? All righty. So you're able to write off like your car washes, your depreciation, your gas and oil, your car insurance, the entrance on your loan. Okay, if you finance the vehicle, your license and registration fees, any of your repairs and maintenance, tires. Let's say if you got GPSs or GPSs installed or any type of like additional devices installed into the vehicle, you can be able to take that. Parking and tolls is separate, but I just listed here as well, so you guys can do that. And then let's say if you rent the vehicle or you lease the vehicle, you're able to take the lease payments for that. So remember, this list is not all encompassing, but this will give you a gist of the type of auto expenses that you're able to take. And so what I'm finding, guys, is that many of you are not tracking things. I don't know what else I can do. I can't track it for you guys unless you guys hire me to do your bookkeeping. I cannot track your expenses, but I'm finding it's a common thread that you guys are still operating these businesses and you're not tracking things. This year alone, I have sent back almost every one of my clients because they did not have all of the expenses for their businesses. And then the ones that knew they had the expenses but didn't want to take the time to go and calculate them, they ended up losing over $2,000 to $3,000 this year in taxes because they just did not have their bookkeeping and things in order. And so regardless, guys, I don't care if you're a big business or a little business, you need to be tracking your activities, okay? Many of you have those SBA loans, okay, that you forgot. And I mentioned this in one of my past videos when they issued the SBA loans and we went through the loan documents. You forgot that the SBA can request your financials at any given point, okay? And so you want to be ready. You guys forgot that the IRS can request your income information reports or your financial statements. The IRS can request that. But many of you don't have it. Many of you are still running these businesses out of your mind, thinking that that's going to help you at the end of the year. You're actually hurting yourself by not taking the time to track all your expenses, okay? And then you're leaving money on the table. Just imagine if you leave $2,000 on the table every year for the next 5 years, that's $10,000. That $10,000 could have went into your retirement account. That $10,000 could have went to your family vacation. That $10,000 you could invest it into the stock market. That $10,000 you probably could have bought you a cheap rental property. in one of these opportunity zone areas where they're selling homes for like 2 to 3,000, even $5,000. So think about this, because a lot of you are taking this lazy approach when you're just thinking that, oh, it's just me in the business, or oh, I'm not making a lot of money, I don't need it. Guys, no, you need it from the beginning. Remember, accounting is the language of business. If you want to know what's going on with your business, then you need to know your accounting, and 90% of small businesses don't. This is why the failure rate is so high. So if you want to do your part and allow your business to stop, if you want to stop sabotaging your business, then you definitely need to get some of your finances in order and make sure you track everything, because you're missing out on deductions. Okay. All right, guys. So I'm about to share my screen again. So we about to go and talk about y'all girl. I really liked her too, the little girl Keke. Remember, I'm 38, y'all. So I'm like, how old is Keke? Like 20 something. You know, I'm old enough to be her mother. I think some of my colleagues are like grandparents right now. All right, so let me just share my screen.
We done been fell apart. I really wanna work this out, but I don't think it's gonna change. I do, but you don't. Think it's best we go our separate ways. And tell me why I should stay in this relationship when I'm hurting, baby. I ain't happy, baby. Plus so many other things I gotta deal with. I think that you should let it burn.
All right, guys. So Keke. So just by showing y'all that video, y'all saw the news, y'all saw everything that's what's happening. She went to the Usher concert and had her little booty cheeks out with the see-through dress, and her boyfriend publicly was like, "Oh, that dress though, you're a mom." And the black women went mayhem, and was basically saying, oh, because she don't have a ring and because she's not married and he's just the boyfriend, that he has no right to say anything. I don't believe that's true. Because the reality is, if they were out publicly and she had the same outfit on and a guy was degrading her, she would expect her boyfriend to defend her, period. Any one of us would. Also, the reason why I don't agree with it is because if you guys have been watching Keke for a long time, Keke never wore nothing like that. Why now? Why after you got a little juice back there, you got a little dun dun dun, you know what I mean? You got that back there, you got your little man and your baby life coming together, and then you go out and just start showing ass. Like, it don't make sense. Like, to me, like, some of y'all women, y'all might be like, oh, she's grown, don't regulate women's body. But we also have to put this in context, guys. You get, as a woman, okay, I notice that when I wear very sluttish type of outfits, the type of attention I get, okay? When I wear my conservative, sexy type of dresses, I get another type of attention. Which type of attention do you want? There's good attention, there's bad attention. She could have wore the same type of dress, but had the little booty shorts thing. The whole booty cheeks ain't have to be out. And let's really be honest, guys, that doesn't, booty cheeks out doesn't represent sexual liberation. To me, it doesn't. What it does is give you an excuse to get unwarranted attention. So I think, ladies, if you really want to get respected by these men, cover yourself up. Now, you don't have to look like no nun, because I'm not even going to dress like no nun, okay? I'm going to show some boobs. I might have a little crop top on, but I'm not going to have my booty cheeks out. I'm not going to be able to open, I'm not going to open my legs. So you're going to see my crouch. You're not going to see a nipple of mine. You understand? Like, you have to now ask yourself what type of attention you want. And does that align with your values and your self-worth? Because the reality is that the attention that she was getting, it didn't really align with the brand that she had. She had like a home, not home girl type of brand. Now it's, I don't know what it is. But for all of the ladies that's saying that he have no right to say anything, you're wrong. He does. Now, the mistake that he made was publicly saying it. But let's really put this in perspective. She didn't wear that outfit privately. She wore that outfit publicly. So if you wear that outfit publicly, then realistically, I'm not a man, but I'm gonna be honest with you. He have a right to say something publicly. The world saw it. Now y'all might say keep everything quiet, but emotions run. You know what I'm saying? You can't always control all your emotions. Nobody is perfect. Only God is perfect, okay? And God can hold his composure, but we're humans, okay? He panicked. Think about it. He thinking Usher probably going to bang her in the back. Let's really be honest. The way Usher was looking at her, I wish I had the video. The way Usher was looking at her, come on now. That's if your man is not jealous, then he not your man. Let's really be honest. If your man not telling you sit your tail down, you doing too much, he not your man. He don't care about you. So let's really put this in perspective. A lot of y'all men don't care about y'all. That's why they don't say nothing about y'all, or they just with you guys just to be with you and don't want to even hear it. Or guess what? They really don't care. And then some women will say, "Oh, he's a beta," and all of this stuff. Even a masculine man can say something online just because somebody verbally posted something on social media. Remember their age. I'm 38. I'm a millennial. I think they're Gen Z or Gen X. They are not millennials. So they're not the same. Millennials are comparing them to us. They're not the same. They like Gen X's or Gen Z's. They think different. Everything in their lives is social media. That's why we look at them like they're weird, but we have to understand this is really how they communicate and live their life. So Keke, for me, Folasade, don't agree. I think that you were supposed to let all of the men stay curious. I think you put the booty out there too fast. I really think that if you would have just been sexy off your straight sexy stuff, still bodycon, still fitted, still a little bit see-through, but with this pizzazz and this sexiness and this aura, you would have turned the internet crazy anyway. Because they was already hooked on the body, boo. You did not have to go out there and look desperate for attention. I really think, to me personally, she looked like she was desperate. Which I think. Because, and then also, I'm going to be honest with you guys, as a mom of two, even with society saying she bounced back, she look amazing. She got a little pudge, the little, what is it, fupa or something. And being a mom that had a C-section, my little fupa is always there. So, we might feel a little insecure because of that. Not insecure, but a little not 100% because of that. And so she probably needed that to let her know she the it girl, when the reality is she was growing into being an it girl. She didn't have to force the it girl by basically putting the cheeks out and looking like the average IG model. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I know you got a lot of you women are just wilding out now, but y'all want the men to treat us right, but you don't want to be a little conservative. I don't know. I just think my mother always told me, if you're wearing booty shorts, don't have a crop top on. If you got a crop top on, don't wear booty shorts. If your bottom real tight, maybe your top be a little loose or something. I just was never kind of raised to, put it completely out there. Never. So guys, we gotta really ask ourselves, are we feeding into the persona of the every girl is an IG model and not respectable and not wifey material and not marriage material? Because honestly, when I saw that happen, I was like, oh, Keke, all of these dudes already saying black women are not marriageable. Black women is black women dead. And I was like, oh, Keke, man, you made us look real. I basically think they're going to use Keke Palmer as the staple of, oh yeah, black women isn't marriageable. But guys, let me be really honest with you guys. That's a dupe too. You have to look at each person individually, okay? All right, so I'm about to go to my next topic, guys. Because the internet, y'all been Okay, John say the generation real different. They real different. It's weird for me. I'm gonna be honest, guys. Like they is weird for me. I think honestly though, when I really put this in perspective, a lot of the moms weren't really present. The moms and the dads wasn't really present. So we have a whole generation that's seeking attention. We got a whole generation that's seeking love, a whole generation that's just nuts. And I'm be honest with you, it's not a good look. All right, guys, I'm gonna share my screen with this mess. A mess. Briefly, okay? Hold on.
You know,
it was reupholstered.
You were a little traumatized by me being like, ouch, hold on.
At first, yeah. But that did go away pretty quickly.
It took like 3 or 4 days, yeah.
Yeah. You feel like it's snapped back? Well, you never had the natural birth that you were planning on.
I don't believe that vagina stretches from having once for 40 minutes with a bigger.
I mean,
it wasn't hard to come back to your. I was in a lot of pain for a few days, so having sex was, you know,
it was reupholstered.
You were a little traumatized by me being like, ouch, hold on.
At first, yeah. But that did go away pretty quickly.
It took like 3 or 4 days, yeah.
Yeah. You feel like it's snapped back? Well, you never had the natural birth that you were planning on.
I don't believe that vagina stretches from having once for 40 minutes with a bigger.
All right, guys. So if you don't know, Adam 22 does porn with his wife or whatever. What is PO, whatever. I don't know how you guys gonna say. If I get banned on YouTube, I'll learn. All right. So they do shady stuff, nasty stuff. They do the nasty. I want to say that. They did the nasty on YouTube. I mean, they did a nasty, I don't know. They do the nasty publicly, right? Okay, so they do the nasty publicly, and but they've always done it together, from what I've heard, right? I didn't see it for myself, okay? And so now they didn't open up the door for Adam's wife to sleep with a black guy, right? And so when I saw this last week, this is what I said, y'all, this internet is driving y'all crazy. Like, y'all need to come off the internet for a while. Everybody. Adam, all of the celebrities, all of the bums, all of the scammers, all of the IG models. If all of the people that don't know who they are, for all my followers, everybody that is following, copycatting, don't have their own mind, come off the internet. Let us leaders come and set the way for you guys. And then guess what? Then you can come online and possibly be yourself. Because if I see this mess, I can't believe this is y'all personality. This is who y'all are. This is y'all. All right. So here's my opinion on this, guys. I don't think that they did that for money. I honestly feel like Adam has been sleeping around, and his wife was curious. She wanted to sleep with a black man, typical, non-black women wanting black men. That's common, right? And he agreed to it because he have no choice, because he's been sleeping around and he's opened up that door to cheating. And basically, how could you say she can't sleep with nobody if you already admitted publicly that you slept with hundreds of women, and she's actually saw you sleep with hundreds of women and she haven't slept? So I think honestly he was basically doing that so she can stop throwing it over his head that he's sleeping around with a lot of women and things like that. And then also down the line, he thought about the money and used that as his sense of relief. Oh, well, we're going to make money. Oh, well, our brands are going to grow, so it's acceptable. Guys, number one, we get to a certain age. I can understand when you're 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 even, right? Wilding out. I'm talking about wilding out. The works, sleeping around. I condone it. So you can have fun and slow down. Because I had fun, okay, before I turned 25. That's why at my old age of 38, I'm okay being in the house. Because I had fun. Like I'm talking about, I partied, I traveled, I did everything that I wanted to do. And so what I'm finding, because they're older than me. Okay. I think he's like 40 something. What I'm finding is that a lot of millennials or older age people that didn't have fun, you understand, in their early 20 in their early 20s and stuff, guess what's happening? They're acting out like Adam Levine. They're acting out like him, allowing men to sleep with his wife, okay? Being reckless online because they didn't get the attention that they were supposed to get when they're 20s, or they just completely just lost. Either you're having a midlife crisis or you're just lost. Because how do two people, let's really be honest, that love each other and put God first in their marriage, can look at each other and see that you're sleeping with hundreds of people, and you can be with a woman after you knowingly she slept with a man that's 3 to 5 times bigger than you and be comfortable? Like, we wilding out, guys. And don't think that that's the norm. Do not start thinking that that's the norm, guys. This is why I wanted to talk about it, because once they put that out there, I really think that the devil is going to use them, or using them per se, as a way to really lure some of you guys into having your wife sleep around with other men. Okay? But I want you guys to understand this. If you are cheating on your wife, she can come to you with that proposition and say, well, you've been cheating on me all of these years. All I'm asking is the opportunity to sleep with one man. And because you didn't keep the vows in your marriage, because you didn't do right by your wife in your marriage, then how are you going to respond? Hey, Deborah, how are you? How are you going to respond? So a lot of this could have been prevented if men don't sleep around as much, or women don't sleep around, whatever the case may be. But guys, we have to also think about it. They want to take away the emotions and the purpose of sex. Whatever they're doing, that's not what God intended with sex, y'all. And I'm going to be honest with you. And y'all know I'm always honest. How do you sleep with people and not get emotion? How could you be so close to somebody and not care for them? Like, it doesn't make sense for me. Doesn't make sense for me. So guys, I'm going to go to my next topic. So we talked about Keke Palmer being foul for me. I don't think she was appropriate. I don't think she was dressed appropriate. And Adam Levine, I think he set himself up for failure. Oh, and then last but not least, I do think that he liked men. I do think he liked men. I just think that he don't want to just come out and say it. Because, Travis Barker, they was Travis and Adam, I think they was in Blink 182 together, right? Travis is like masculine, killer, like everything, right? And then he always look like the weak one to me too. He go like flippy floppy. So I think he just don't really know how to come out and tell us that he's bisexual or he's interested in men. But don't put your wife in that, and don't put the public in that. Guys, I want you all to be honest. We don't have to know what happens in your bedroom. I really don't want to know. Nobody really want to know what happens in y'all bedroom. Keep that to yourselves. Nobody care, okay? Nobody cares. So, guys, we're about to go on to our last topic. And see, this is a bit, I got to get used to this. So, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one little quick break. And then I'll go into my last topic. The good part about it is I'm not, limited to time. I can always run over now. But I realized I really need to have all my links and everything ready, so it can be a very good show. Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back. All right, so we talked about a few hot topics, a little popular topics that was very Keke one wasn't too wild for me, but that other one was wild. But I see the devil all in that, y'all. Don't fall prey to that, okay, y'all? Don't fall prey to that. All right, so you're about to talk about the next topic, guys. And see, this is what's surprising to me. This article says Americans say you need a net worth of at least 2.2 million on average to be considered wealthy, according to financial services company Charles Schwab annual Modern Wealth Survey. Okay, guys, I cannot read it. It's too small. It's far away from me, so I can't read it to you. So, guys, where's my issue with this is. You see how it's multiple standards. So they're saying that for you to be considered wealthy, you need to have on average a net worth of 2.2 million. Okay. For tax purposes, okay, anyone that makes above $150,000 is considered wealthy or high taxpayer. So it bothers me that we just have so many standards in what's really considered wealth. Okay. We look at it from a tax perspective, from a different number. Okay. From a retirement perspective, we look at a different number. And that kind of lets you know the form of manipulation and the fact that the systems are kind of like manipulated in a sense and controlled because every system have a different definition, different not monetary benchmarks, and it's not fair. So if you need to have $2.2 million in net worth for you to be considered wealthy, why are people that make $200,000 paying just as much as somebody that make $400,000? There needs to be, for me personally, I just think that there needs to be a streamlined benchmark. Tax, and then it also needs to be verbally, and we all should be able to actually see it. Okay, based on the numbers, to achieve the American dream and buy a house of $350,000 and be able to pay it off in XYZ years, like we should have a standard. Not all of this manipulation. If you think about it, the stock market is manipulated, Bitcoin, digital currency is manipulated, real estate is manipulated. Think about it. Everything is in someone else's control in valuating it. For real estate, it is your appraiser. The stock market, it is us as the consumers and also in conjunction with the business financial statements. For tax purposes, it's based on the annual inflation and the adjustment on the tax brackets. Why is there multiple variations in what's considered wealthy in this country? And why is people that making less than $250,000 paying more taxes than someone that's making more than $250,000? And that's simply because of that variations and all of these different standards and dollar amounts and all of that stuff. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And the reason why it's impactful is because let's just use this minimum wage thing, for example. Because I was going to talk about that because I cannot find any of my tabs. I think I have to create a show tab. So is it DC? Yeah. DC increased their minimum wage to $17 an hour. And y'all know I'm against it. Some people might bash me like they always do when I say this. But how come there is one standard for variations of businesses? Why is it that Whole Foods have to pay $17 an hour and the mom and pop also have to pay $17 an hour? It's not fair. So now, and team, take this down as one of my prediction posts. I predict within the next 5 years, DC, there's not going to be really any small businesses in states that continuously increase the minimum wage. Because they're no longer going to be able to afford the workforce in that state. So what happens? There's going to be no jobs. You're going to have to work for these big corporations, Walmart, Wendy's or whatever else. It's not going to be the small pub or the small business anymore, because they're keep having, and see, this is where there should be variations for minimum wage, but not variations in our net worth and what's considered wealthy. But depending on the employer size determines how much they should pay for minimum wage. But that's not what's happening. These states, and I wish I could find it. I'm going to have my team put it in when they break up my video. These states are increasing the minimum wage, and it impacts everybody. So your small business that you were just about to hire, your first employee, and you already banked on paying them $15 an hour. Now you're going to have to pay them $17 an hour. And guess what? They may not even have the skill set that you need right now, or have the skill set in the future that you would need for them to command the $17 an hour. And I know some people are like, that's small money. But guys, if you want to command how much money, if you want to command $500 an hour, $1,000 an hour, you have to go work for yourself. I'm sorry, you have to go work for yourself. But if you want our businesses to sustain, we really need to advocate for there to be a minimum wage for small businesses and a minimum wage for the big businesses. So for DC, since they increased it to 17, all of those big corporations like Walmart, Whole Foods and all that, they should be paying $20-something an hour, okay? And then the mom and pops pay the 17. You see where I'm going? These big corporate, because they got billions of dollars, okay? Millions and billions of dollars. Why is a little $100,000 business paying the same minimum wage as a $1 billion business? That don't make sense. But that's what's happening. Your state is increasing the minimum wage, and you as a small business owner, you're going to be paying the same wage as somebody that is a multi-billion-dollar company. So basically, after I consider all of that, and then also that $2.2 million in net worth, our system actually do need to reset. We need to reset this financial system. Our real estate is overly priced. The stock market, we don't know. I'm going to be really honest with you. Is the SEC reviewing these companies' financial statements and these companies' balance sheets? Remember Enron? Somebody said, hold on, I can't read it. Hold on. It says, being that you're a financial professional and a DC resident, I'm a Maryland resident, I'd be interested to hear your discovery and commentary on the Freedmen's Bank post-Civil War era. Oh, I think I've talked about that before. See, guys, I've been live streaming for like literally, how old is Brent? Brent is 11. I've been live streaming for like 8 years now. I think I'm at that point where the top was kind of getting kind of thin. I think I've already talked about that. But I'll bring it back up as well. Okay, guys, so I'm about to end tonight's show. I enjoyed myself. Please bear with me while me and my team transition to running our own show. If you guys want to see a clear picture of me, because it looked kind of blurry on Instagram for the first time ever, head over to my YouTube, which is Folasade TV, if you want to see my screen. If you guys want me to talk about any particular topics as well, email them to me or send them to me on Instagram. Okay. And then also don't forget, I think you guys want to look out for me on the Single Mom podcasts, on the Single Mom Summit. So you guys want to check that out as well. I think my team will be posting something on social media. But guys, here, just bear with me. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some good topics. We're going to talk about everything. We're going to tie accounting, money, and everything into this one big old show. And then I'll be coming live stream on YouTube and Instagram randomly. So it won't be scheduled. I'll still do my random live streams. And then I'll do every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. So guys, don't forget to sign up for our newsletter as well, because we give you a lot of tax tips. You guys don't want to miss out. And then also, I give you a lot of predictive content and strategy. Any new tax credits that's out, you guys get the emails first. Me and my team do a good job in really trying to be extremely informative. So you guys want to definitely subscribe to our newsletter and also subscribe to our YouTube channel, so we can blow this thing on up. And then eventually I'll get used to running this show, guys. It was a lot. See, like it's a camera right here. Look. And then my phone is right here. Then I have to get my other phone to do the background. But then my computer is behind the camera. I didn't think I have the computer here. So your girl is an accountant, not an engineer or a technician or a computer person or videographer. So just bear with me, guys. But I love you guys so much. I enjoyed talking with you guys. And I will, let me see what's next week's topic. Hold on. What is next week's topic? Okay. Well, next week's topic is kind of up in the air, but we might talk about continuing education credits and tax deductions for your continuing ed and things like that. Okay. So, guys, I love you guys. I will see you guys on Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube. And Instagram, come to YouTube. It's fun on YouTube. It's even clearer. I don't know. Let me see. Is it just me? Yeah, no. It's not just me. My Instagram look dark. Yeah, my Instagram look dark. But yeah. So yeah, guys, you all have an amazing day. I will see you guys next week.